Suppose we have z equal to z1 equal to a plus iota b, z2 equal to c plus id. So from here, this a is the real part of z1 and c is the real part of z2, and b is the imaginary part of z1 and d is the imaginary part of z2. So z1 plus z2, if you want to add these two, is first we add these two real parts, a plus c, then plus I, then we add this imaginary part, b plus d. So for example, suppose we have z1 equal to 2 plus 3i, z2 equals 4 plus 6i, and we want to add z1 plus z2. To add this, so the first thing is to take the real parts. So to take our real parts 2 and 4 and add them, then also take the imaginary part and add them. So for this problem, we'll have 2 plus 4, that is the real part, plus I, the imaginary part 3 plus 6, and 2 plus 4 is 6 plus I, 3 plus 6 is 9, is I 9, and this we can also write as 6 plus 9I, so it doesn't matter whether you put I to the left of 9 or at the right of 9 on the right. Another example, suppose we have z1 equal to minus 3 plus 4i, and z2 is equal to 5 minus 2i, and we want to add this. So z1 plus z2 will be minus 3 plus 4i plus 5 minus 2i. Then we should remember our real parts is 3 and 5. For z1, here is 3, here is 5, and the imaginary parts are 4, here is minus 2, so minus 2 and 4. Then we add but the real part first, minus 3 plus 5 plus, here we have 4, we add it with minus 2, so it will be 4 minus 2, and we have I here. Minus 3 plus 5 will give us 2, plus 4 minus 2 will give us 2, so I2, and this can be written as 2 plus 2I. So similarly, if you have a two complex number, z1 equal to a plus iota b, z2 equal to c plus id, and we want to subtract this z1 minus z2. So let's note our real parts. Real parts for z1 is a, for z2 is c. Imaginary part for z1 is b, for z2 is d. So z1 minus z2 will be a plus iota b, that is z1 minus z2 c plus iota d. And if you want to subtract this, we'll subtract the real parts and the imaginary parts. So the real part of Z1 minus the real part of Z2. So that is A minus C. Then we add plus iota. Then we say B minus D. So we subtract the imaginary part. Our example for this is, suppose we have a Z1 is equal to 6 plus 3i and Z2 is equal to 4 plus 2i. Then Z1 minus Z2 is equal to 6 plus 3i minus 4 plus 2i. The real part here are 6 and 4. The imaginary part are 3 and 2. Then subtracting this, we subtract the real parts, 6 minus 4 plus, we then subtract the imaginary part, 3 minus 1. We place I here. 6 minus 4 is 2 plus I, 3 minus 1 is 2. This is 2 plus I2, which we can write as 2 plus 2I. Another example of subtraction of complex numbers. Let's see Z1 equal to minus 3 plus 2I. Z2 equal to 4 plus 5I. Then Z1 minus Z2 is minus 3 plus 2I minus Z2 is 4 plus 5I. Then the real part for Z1 is minus 3, the real part for Z2 is 4. The imaginary part for Z1 is 2, the imaginary part for Z2 is 5. To subtract this Z1 and Z2 from Z1, we first subtract this 4 from minus 3 and also perform 2 minus 5. So then Z1 minus Z2 will be equal to the real part here, minus 3, minus the real part in Z2, then minus 3 minus 4, then plus I. The imaginary part in Z1 is 2, the imaginary part in Z2 is 5, minus 5. Minus 3 minus 4 will give us minus 7, plus I. 2 minus 5 will give us minus 3. Then we'll have minus 7, I and minus 3 will give us minus 3I.